Okay, good evening everybody, or good afternoon. I'd like to thank the organizers of the Congress for putting up such an interesting Congress and also for allocating me the siesta time in the evening. I tried to keep you awake. What I'm going to see here is what Spain as a brand does to promote and market itself in the world. And this is the index, but we're going to run through it quite quickly. We're going to see a little bit Spain as a leader in tourism, then our logo, our brand, our strategy, our new campaign. You're going to watch some TV spots, see some ads, and then our sport marketing strategy, and finally, how do we assess ROI. First of all, I have to say that Spain has been a pioneer in tourism. We started in the 50s, and so far we have received more than 1,500 million tourists, which is a pretty impressive figure. As you can see now, last year we had 52 million people. If you take into account that our population is 45 million, 44 and a half actually, we have more tourists than locals throughout the year in Spain, and there are very few countries that can say that. Now, these are the figures for 2009, actually. It's number 3 in terms of tourists after France and US, and second in terms of income, of revenue. Now, branding a country is a completely different ballgame as branding a product, although, of course, most of rules apply. First of all, you need a logo, or at least in '84 we thought we needed one, and we hired a very talented artist, which is Miro. All of you know Miro, and we asked him to design a logo, what we call the Miro Sun. Okay, this Miro Sun has been since then our country logo. This was the first country logo ever. It has a huge awareness. It's 73% of Europeans, when we surveyed, recognize and relate this logo to Spain, even though if we take out the word España. And our challenge is to make our brand a worldwide brand. Actually, this brand, Spain, with this logo, is pretty well positioned in Europe, has a medium positioning in America, especially South America, a little bit in North America, is still quite weak, our positioning in Asia, and that's our challenge. We have 33 tourism offices, which are marketing and branding offices throughout the world. The last 4 we opened in Asia, because we have seen the future, and the future is yellow. Somebody was saying this morning that they have seen the future. We have seen the future too, and I think Asia is still less than 1% of our revenue, and has to grow till probably 10% in the next 10 years. I think Asia is going to be I know Asia is going to be an inbound and outbound market of major importance in the future. Now, we saw a couple of presentations this morning. Coca-Cola became a experience brand. It's all about emotions, it's about happiness. Coca-Cola is the perfect example in all marketing books how to turn a brand which was basically based on rational benefits to emotional benefits, and that's what we're trying to do with Spain. Of course, countries relate more or rely more on emotional benefits when we market them, but we used to talk about how great our hotels and airports were, and now we don't talk about that anymore. As you will see in the campaign, we talk about people and about emotions. Now, we did a survey in 2008-2009, and we asked 5,300 people throughout the world about our brand, and we found out that the brand has a lot of strength, relevance, high market penetration, but low differentiation. I haven't seen anybody with a tie today here. Well, there's one gentleman sitting here with a tie. Us two, we are the only two here with ties. Why? Differentiation, okay? If you bring the tie, I'll remove it. If you don't bring it, I'll put it on. Actually, I'm going to buy a bow tie. My master told me he started using bow ties when he turned 40 because people always remember the guy with a bow tie. Later on, they remember the guy with a bow tie with a name, okay? First thing is people remember you. Now, we have a reasonable height, okay? The brand has a good rating. It's a brand that produces high satisfaction rates and high loyalty, which is actually the secret of these 52 million people coming back to Spain. 3/4 of them have been to Spain 3 or more times. But we are risking turning into a commodity in sand and beach in Europe. And we are risking turning or remaining a European brand when we are living in the Asian century. So that's one. The challenge, again, is to turn the brand global, make it big in Asia, in America, in all emerging markets. Now, the brand has a lot of extension potential, and we have to stretch it from sand and beach to culture, gastronomy, culture, and some other things. Now, our strategy. What we want to achieve is to make our brand a leader, which it already is, but now competition is increasing. We want to make it global. I said it many times. We don't want to make it different. We want to make it unique. That's the final trick in marketing. Don't be different. Be unique. There won't be any switching if you are unique. We want to be aspirational. We want to be an experience, emotion brand, and we want to command a premium price. We cannot rely on conventional media alone. We need to have a 360 strategy. We have to innovate, we have to lead, and most important, we have focused now quite strongly on consumers. You have to think we are government, okay? Some of these things are a bit revolutionary for a government. We used to focus a lot on the channel, on the intermediate channel like travel agents, tour operators. Now we're focusing directly on the consumer, which is finally who decides where to travel and where to spend the money. We're starting to measure return on investment, which is something that public administration rarely do, and we're starting that now. And we did, after this survey, a lot of thinking, okay? We thought, what is the unique selling proposition of Spain? What is that makes Spain different from other countries? Is it the food? We have great food, the best chefs in the world, but so does France, so does Italy. Is it infrastructure? No. Probably Asia has much better infrastructure now in terms of airports, etc., airlines. Is it friendliness? Yeah, I think friendliness is one of the things. So basically we came to the conclusion that what makes us different, our unique selling proposition, our unique emotional proposition is lifestyle. Okay, lifestyle was in the brief we gave 90 agencies from all over the world, 20 submitted proposals. That was the bottom line of this campaign. What we're trying to convey is the message that we have a different lifestyle. We feel life slightly different in a more crazy, passionate way. And holidays in Spain is not a great holiday. It's something that will give you and will produce lots of emotion and encounters with the Spaniards. So if we can please run through these 4 ads, it's 30 seconds each. Those ads have been shot by Julio Medem, the famous cinema director. We wanted a storytelling, all right? We wanted a good storytelling, and probably Julio Medem is the best to do this storytelling. It's the first time we have 4 different ads. One is for young people, the first one. The second one is for families, both of them basically for Western markets. The third one is seniors, which is a growing market. And the fourth one is the one for Asia, in which we looked for pan-Asian models, models that won't be recognized or Chinese or Japanese in Asian markets. So there are more of a mix, actually. They're Euro-Asian. So please, let's see, I Need Spain TV spots.
Amigo, the first word that I learnt in Spanish. I don't need to think twice. I don't need it to be mine. I don't need cable television. I don't need to understand everything. I don't need to wait for the weekend. I don't need to chat. I need to return. I need Spain.
The less you pack in your suitcase, the more space you have for your experiences. I don't need a babysitter. I don't need fast. I need food. I don't need to have my feet on the ground. I don't need words. I don't need a GPS. I don't need to see a menu. I need this trip to last forever. I need Spain.
The more I travel, the more I know what I need. I don't need to be the first. I don't need a fork. I don't need a driving license. I don't need to have anything to celebrate. I don't need to be an expert. I don't need to have a motive. I don't need postcards. I don't need to have been born here. I need to return to realize what is actually important. I need Spain.
Sometimes you need to go far away to find yourself. I don't need a taxi. I don't need them to tell me. I don't need 4 years guarantee. I don't need them to wrap it up for me. I don't need to sleep in order to dream. I don't need to know where to go. I need my life to be a journey. I need Spain.